fact that those comms come in so fast, but the reaction from Queasy and Mustache to just instantly kind of move themselves to a safe spot to make sure they don't get chopped out, played to perfection within an instant.
It is that veteran mentality that Queasy is able to bring. You said that yes, EU has not been able to get a global championship spot, but Queasy's gone second place now twice. He has been right on the cusp of being able to claim an international competition, and he really just provides and shows time and time again his knowledge of the game, and not just the game, but his knowledge of a LAN setting, of what kind of win position you need to do, and he gets his teammates in that position every single time.
It's just so cool, man. Just watching the way they play, how they move, how they're jumping together as they're calling out things. It's not like, you know, we're gonna move this, and I'm going this way, and you're going that way. No. The moment same direction, looking, calling out targets. They are so impressive. This is scary, guys. We got 2 Victory Royales back-to-back from the trio. Now, of course, in second place, though, the trio that won game number 1. Kanata still holding strong, right? This is still Kanata at the end of the day. They are still putting on a performance. They want to make sure they're like, okay, Queasy, you got a VR, but Kanata said, hey, look, I'm going to get 4 wins on land, okay? It's going to happen.
Big thing for me right now is that the trio is making it to the end game right now, but I'm not gonna lie, like game number 1 was super good. The follow-up games kind of feel like they're kind of just like picking up points, being a little stragglers, right? Not necessarily having that great trio, everybody's together, we're healthy going into the end game type of game, which I think is kind of a good thing when you think about it, Kelly.
It is.
Like, they haven't really bounced back after game number 1, but they're still in second place.
Well, if you look at the dichotomy of Queasy's trio and Kanata's trio, where Queasy's going on this ultra aggro, he's just controlling the high ground, Kanata's playing a bit more passively, and we saw that in games 2 and games 3, and we already knew that he was kind of playing a passive early game, but what I really appreciated in this end game right here, they weren't in the best position, so they were kind of actually staying in the back of zone, and there was a moment there where zone is pulling up a hill, and everyone was getting congested trying to climb over that hill, but Kanata bold scrap it, they stayed back a little bit, waited just a moment, maybe took a little bit of storm damage there, but then they were able to kind of pass away through the congestion and be able to make it into the end game. To me, I say this so many times, to me what makes a top player isn't what they do when everything's going their way, it's how they're able to handle it when things aren't.
Oh my gosh, that's so sick. Guys, I don't know if you saw third place there. Seti climbing up 2 places, taking over third place. Now we're gonna break down a little bit of what we saw, but why don't we hear from Seti himself, who's hanging out in the player lounge.
Obviously, it wouldn't be a Fortnite Global LAN if we didn't talk to our 2022 Invitational champion, Seti, and I'm so happy it's because you're in third place right now, Seti. Is this something you were expecting going into today's competition?
I wasn't expecting for us to be that high because obviously we're contested those spawns, so it's definitely harder for us. But we ended up surpassing our limits, and now we're third and going just small break, then we're gonna focus even more and hopefully finish third as well at the end of the day.
And it's really interesting to me that this trio was formed as a last chance trio for Major 3. Yapko coming back from his time in North America. Panzer being a player everyone wanted to play with, despite his lack of global experience. How have you managed to make this team look like a championship contender so quickly?
I think we all are very experienced, especially my IGLing skills are like, they can really push us to the limits in end games. To get us through the mid games, and Yapko and Panzer are just both crazy fraggers, both support each other and do their roles perfectly, so we just match each other so well and it works. I don't know how, but it works.
Il se demandait comment ils étaient aussi forts après si peu de temps ensemble, et il dit que c'est surtout qu'ils sont très expérimentés et qu'il a 2 très bons fraggeurs avec lui. Now, how will you keep consistency during this whole week?
I think we just have to focus on ourselves and just get through the mid game because it's the most difficult, getting the surge. And then whatever comes. We're just gonna focus every single game like it's the first game that we're here. And yeah.
Your old teammate, Cami, is also in the top 5. In fact, he's 4th place right now. And then we have Dimas Diamond Pix in 5th. What is it about these Polish players that makes them so successful on LAN?
I think it's, again, the experience. I think we're all very used to playing on the big tournaments. And I actually predicted that like Cami and Pix are going to be high up. So I'm very happy that they are behind us as well.
Can I ask what it's like to be at a LAN and not having Cami by your side?
I don't think it changes much, but...
I mean, it just means we have more chance to have a top 5 full of Polish teams.
Ça change pas tellement finalement d'avoir pas son collègue à côté, mais il est très heureux d'être là.
And so just thinking about the rest of the competition, Choka has already asked you about staying consistent. Have you been looking at the lobby and thinking, okay, these are the guys we need to look out for? Who is your competition here?
I mean, obviously, Queasy, he's right now on 300 points, but I think like all eyes are on him, so he might have some trouble going into next games.
We will see. Polska Gurum, indeed. Let's head back to the desk.
Thank you so much for that interview, man. I'm telling you, man, this is my favorite part about LAN. Get to hear from the players, get to hear that insight, what Seti's thinking about in the moments. And I think I agree, right? He kind of calls out, hey, eyes are now on Queasy. So it's going to be up to him and his trio, right? Do we start to feel that pressure? Do we just keep going? I mean, we have to remember this is a 2-day format, right? So you're only going to have so much in the tank. How do we make sure we make that span across 2 whole days? If there's anyone that can do it, I have faith in Queasy. Now, we're just going to ignore the fact that there's 4 trios that in the top 5 that are from EU. EU's absolutely dominating. This is, it's fine. All we need is Kanata. He's up there. But look who's still lurking, right? Higgs, Clix, and eAMZA, who are also holding on strong. They're performing well. Kelly, things are looking good.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people tend to doubt this trio, and when we saw in Major number 3 that there wasn't the best performance out of them, but they did not allow that to really hurt their emotions. They kind of took a moment between weeks 2 and 3 over this season to kind of collect themselves. They said that they went off stream, they kind of worked on their emotions a little bit, and then they came back stronger than ever, and we're seeing how that's paying off right now. We know that this is really an emotional team, and when they go down, it kind of affects them a lot. So to see them be able to kind of mature their emotions in the span of just a few weeks impresses me so much. But I gotta give Higgs a shout out. You know, he's originally from NA West, if you remember Batman Booga, and his solo clutch right there is what really climbed him up the leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, definitely still need to see a good game from this trio. I think collectively, as all 3 kind of being up and alive and healthy, and they got the mats and everything like that, because that's usually what they're good at, right? They're usually good at kind of controlling the front side of the moving zone. They don't necessarily usually go for the high ground, but the fact that we haven't really seen them as a full healthy trio, we haven't really been able to see that from them yet. So the fact, again, you know, another one of those instances where, you know, it's doing very, very well. 6th place. Still yet to see like that Clix, Higgs, and eAMZA-esque game, which is really good for them, right? Maybe this little bit of a break can kind of help lock them back in and actually go ahead and portray their real game plan when it comes to the end game.
But even looking right here, while Zone is pulling towards them, they're a little bit ahead of the gate. They're making sure that they're aware of anyone that is below them, allowing them to kind of encroach onto their territory right there. Just like David was saying, they love to be in the front side of Zone, but these little adjustments that they're making, kind of just staying back a little bit, picking off these weaker players so that they get those refreshes. They see that they don't have that many mats, so instead they're going to go for the Elims. They're going to play a little bit back, and they don't want to control the rest of the lobby if that means that there's so many other incredible teams that are going to potentially be able to take them down.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of caught on a rotate, right? Kind of go to one of the sides of the moving zone. So many people are kind of going to catch up to you and get boxed up very, very easy. But like Kelly mentioned, right, Higgs kind of pulling it together, making sure that he picked up a couple of eliminations and placement points to clutch that one up, made that one a good game.
That's so sick. Guys, I just got word we have something really special. So obviously, for the first time, we have an anthem created by David, and we actually have David standing by, and we get to talk to him right here, right now about it. David, obviously, first off, what's going on? It's great to see you. How are you doing?
Doing great, man. It's good to be back.
That's right. I was literally gonna say. So we met at Pro-Am. We're basically Fortnite fans. Me and David are basically best friends. We talk every day. We play Fortnite every day. Not trying to brag or anything. David, what is it like, man? So in case people for some reason don't know, you actually started playing in Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Then you kind of started getting into the music and you just boomed. And then now you come to us and we're like, hey, you know what'd be cool is like if we kind of put some of your music in the game. And it was like, okay, cool. Hey, what if we made an anthem though? And we're like, I'm sorry, David, what did you say? Let's do that. I mean, to take your story from playing Fortnite to making music for Fortnite, now the official anthem for the Global Championship. How does that feel for you?
But it feels amazing. Like, just from where I started OG Fortnite I started playing season 2 of the game just as a kid, and then growing up with the game year after year, and then starting to like make music and then have that full circle moment coming back straight to the game. It's beautiful, bro. It's beautiful.
Dude, that's so sick. You know what's funny for me personally? So like, because I work at Epic, I didn't even know this was happening. And then one day I get like invited to like a meeting and they're like, hey, so this is the meeting for our official anthem. I'm like, wait, whoa, I've been asking for like an anthem for so long. And they're like, yeah, it's David. And they play us like the animatic. I hear your song for the first time and I see like what the visuals are gonna like could be. I'm not gonna lie, I actually cried because I was like, this is so cool. Like that for the first time, we get something like an anthem. And it's not just like anyone, right? It's you coming from that background. Like what led you to kind of making this song, like choosing what you did? Because like it feels like we as competitive are like seen, you know? It feels like it was made for us.
Yes, bro. So basically it's like when you're playing Fortnite, especially in FNCS, everything is high stakes, high blood pressure, high adrenaline, right? So I wanted to make sure I got that and encapsulated that feeling through the song. So it felt like you were in the end game. You were in the game yourself while listening to the track. It's crazy.
I love too. So I actually used to like edit before kind of jumping into all this broadcast stuff. And I think one of my favorite parts is that like, it is like someone is editing this together, right? And then the characters in Fortnite are kind of jumping around in this cyberspace. Like, that's gotta be so cool. Like, did you have any like input on like, hey guys, this is what I wanna kind of see. This is what I'd love to kind of bring to life. Was there anything maybe like that you called on, you're like, this is what I want, and it like happened?
Yeah, I mean, it was a very collaborative effort. I feel like with my love for animation and just animated things in general, especially the game's animated style as well, going through that mixed media format where we're showing the clips of MCS players, the match of the game, and the 2D animation, and just how they encapsulated my character as well inside of the video. It was just like insane to see all three formats come together. It was insane.
It's so cool. David, just thank you so much for loving Fortnite so much that you were like, hey, let's just make something cool for the community. Thank you so much. Before I let you go, I'd love for you to kind of give you the stage, to call out anything you're doing, to call out where people can follow you and find you, because they need to do that.
Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Fortnite. Shout out to everybody that made this possible. Shout out to you, the fans and the players. Shout out to the pros. My name is David. You can find me everywhere at D4VDDD. Love you guys. Love Fortnite. We out.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much for your time. And again, thank you for one of the coolest anthems of all time. It is so sick. We've actually talked about this for so long. Like, man, it would be so cool to have like an anthem, and like to actually get one, and it to be David is like literally a dream come true for me personally. It's so awesome to see like someone else who loves Fortnite made a song for Fortnite, dude.
What I love is, like, you know, usually, oh, we'll gas people up, whatever. We've literally been singing this song for the last 4 days, and it's like stuck in our head. It's in a little earworm. We can't get it out, and it's just so good. And when we all got to watch that video for the first time together, we just kind of were astounded, stunned, and silent a little bit. It really does just kind of is the perfect combination of what you think a Fortnite fan is really bringing. Like, what you can tell that he loves the game, and that makes me love the music even more. And what I love personally is all of these players behind me getting back to their stations, because Zeke, I am so excited for 3 more games today.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, if you didn't know, at the halfway point, we kind of give the players a break, right? We let them kind of walk away, take a rest, take a breather. Maybe they can talk about their trio mates, their coaches, whatever they need to do, and then they come back to the stage. We continue playing Fortnite. Now, as we kind of start to continue to get them back, we actually have another special interview. It is Loserfruit who's standing by with Mini Miner.
Thank you so much, Zeke. I'm up here in the VIP lounge, and oh boy, do we have a VIP. It's Loserfruit. It's Fortnite icon, Loserfruit. Firstly, how you feeling? Are you enjoying the event? What are the vibes like?
I love it here in France. The atmosphere is amazing. Everyone is, I love the crowd. France, j'aime France.
Absolutely love it. Now, I mentioned there, you're a Fortnite icon. You are an icon. You're in the Icon series outfit. I mean, how does that feel? What does that feel for you?
No, it's like the biggest honor to be an icon, but like, I'm the only icon here. I don't know where they are. Like, where you guys at?
We're calling out you other icons. Well, you should be here. What's going on? Let's talk about the games. Really electric. As you mentioned, the atmosphere here, unbelievable stuff. What are your thoughts so far? What are you thinking about the game so far?
The games have been entertaining. It's good to see Power doing well in the last game that they just were in. So, yeah, hopefully keeps getting better for them.
I mean, you have a little bit of LAN experience yourself, right? You played at the Pro-Am with Alex. What was that like?
Oh, Alex is a goat. He carried me hard in Pro-Am, like, because I was terrible, but, you know, it's fine. He'll show
I thought you carried him, personally. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, what do you have to say to that team right now? They've had a really good game, right? They had an 11th place right there, a few eliminations. They're starting to grow into it. Is that something we can expect to see from these guys throughout the rest of the day?
I think they'll just keep getting better and better, as long as they're having fun, but they just like dominate. So I think we'll see more of them on the screen. Put them on the screen, broadcast, all right? So we need to see more power, all right?
You guys hear that behind the scenes. We want to see more of them. I want to see these guys popping off, and also I want to see more of the games. So I want to big thank you to you, of course, Lose for joining us here on the interview. Got any final words to say to the fans at home, to all the people in the arena as well?
Thanks everyone for watching. This performance is amazing. Thanks, Fortnite.
Back to the desk.
Hey, Loserfood, thank you. Thank you for being here as the only icon represented that's not playing. Thank you. Where are your other icons at? Anyway, guys, in case you didn't know, Double XP is happening this weekend in celebration of the Global Championship. Jump in, there's a bunch of stuff happening. BR, Grapple Glove, and the Pump Shotgun coming back. Reload's got 100% rare chest spawns with some other unvaultings happening. And then finally, Blitz has melee mythics when you drop off the battle bus. Jump in right now. Double XP, don't miss out. Make sure you take advantage of that. Now, of course, as we continue the conversation, the players continue to kind of roll back in. We're getting closer. I kind of caught a moment there. Queasy talking right there. Swizzy Merstash are kind of still strategizing. They're taking every single moment possible to make sure they are ready to come back for Game Number 4 even stronger.
Well, this is where things start to get interesting, in my opinion, because like you already mentioned, right, the break has happened. And the fact that 2 dominant performances have happened, I'm going to be looking towards these next 3 games, because now Queasy, Merstash, and Swizzy, they might be getting even more respect for this. Everybody might be looking at the high situation and be like, yeah, we've got no chance if we actually go for it. Let's just give them full respect, which would kind of open the door even more. Even though it already looks open for Queasy, Merstash, and Swizzy, it might open it up even more. But now the opportunity as well for some of the other teams to maybe kind of counter-strat some of the things that may be going on in the early game. Obviously, there's a couple teams that we think could be doing better right now, and hopefully this little bit of a break gives them just that opportunity to go ahead and figure something out.
I mean, when there's a team that just dominates high ground so well, a lot of the other teams will kind of build this little bunker over themselves in low and middle and kind of, you know, refute eliminations from them. But Queasy, Merstash, and Swizzy aren't allowing that to happen. They are making sure that they are not controlling high ground passively, which we've seen teams do in the past. They are making sure that they are chopping out all the roofs, making sure that they're still getting eliminations, and that is what makes them so dangerous. We see teams go for height and get that consistency, but rarely do we see that in tandem of also having the most amount of eliminations in a game.
I kind of want to flip the script here a little bit, right? Obviously, we're talking about Queasy kind of in that #1 spot. There's a couple other trios, namely Peterbot, Ritual Cold, right? Poyo, Acorn,